Hello, Lost Gamer here. Welcome to Pickup's Blast number 5. This time we're going to have a look at a few of the games I picked up before I went to Doncaster and a few I picked up a little after, because I didn't really want to include any of those last time, as it was sort of centred around the games we just picked up at that show that day. So let's jump over to the bench, have a look at some of the games I got prior to that event, as well as some of the ones I got after. Are they worth playing? Are they worth picking up? Are they worth having? Let's go and have a look. Oh. Does anyone know where I put them? Have I lost my games? Oh. No one else is in the house. The first game we have is Tetris 2! As we see two of the most iconic puzzle stack 'em up games of all time go head to head for a second time in this crazy little puzzle game. This time round the game is packed full of more features. You've got a full on story mode with added RPG elements just to keep you plodding along on your own. There's also the more traditional ways to play the game and a skill battle mode alongside all the normal online modes. So this is more like the complete package for Puyo Puyo and Tetris. So definitely recommend this for any puzzle fans.
Solved it.
I'll do better next time.
That was perfect.
The next game we have is Neo Geo Pocket Color Selection Volume 1. This comes stuffed with 10 of the greatest games from the Neo Geo Pocket. It's an excellent little package as well, because this machine is incredibly expensive to collect for if you've not already picked up the games you wanted years ago. It does come packed with mainly with beat 'em ups like Girl Fighters, Samurai Showdown 2, King of the Fighters, Last Blade, and my all-time favourite beat 'em up of the 8-bit era, Match of the Millennium, which is an excellent game. Really suggest you guys check this package out just for that. There's also a Metal Slug in there, Fatal Fury, we've got a golf game in there and a little RPG I've never seen before, which look relatively interesting. This is a great little package for those who haven't played in the Neo Geo Pocket before and want to check it out instead of getting into the expensive market. The games seem faithfully emulated even on the Switch. There's no slowdown, there's plenty of filters you can apply to it to make it look like the original screen. My only drawback is the dreadful sound effects in the menus when selecting games can drive you absolutely up the wall. But other than that, amazing beat 'em ups on here, and can't praise it enough. Just a little on the expensive side on the Switch. So next up we have Asterix and Obelix XXL 2 and 3 on the Nintendo Switch. I did play through the first remastered game and really did enjoy it. Subsequently saw these two nice and cheap on Amazon, so snapped them up. The packaging is in French, but the games do play in English. The second game is much more of the same affair that you saw the first time around, but the third game looks to be more of an isometric beat 'em up. Asterix seems to have lost his Welsh accent though.
When we arrive at the camp, we could try knocking beforehand.
That's what I was planning to do, Asterix. As soon as I arrive, I'll knock the guard down before heading in. I'm not sure that counts as being polite, but if you say so.
And the next game is from the minds that bought you Kirby on the NES. This is Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Probably one of my favourite games as a child. I remember playing this on my sister's NES growing up. It was punishingly difficult. You could just not get through this game without knowing the patterns of the enemies and the bosses. Absolutely spot on. It was a lot of fun to play, very similar to Ninja Gaiden. I do want to do an Ots Plays on this, but I still can't get through the game in one sitting without using at least one credit and save states on the last boss. So we're still trying to learn to play through this, but once I have, I will do an Ots Plays on that. And to be fair, it features some of the best 8-bit chip tunes you've ever heard out of the NES. Absolutely great sound. It really pulls you on as you play it. Check this out. Next up we have Galaxy Force on the Sega Master System, a conversion of the 1980s arcade shoot-'em-up. It's been ported over to the Master System relatively well considering the limitations of the hardware. It looks okay. The game passed me by years ago, so I do want to just check it out from a technical standpoint because the differences between the arcade board's power and the Master System was significant, and it's not a bad little conversion. The manual looks nice, it's got loads of hand drawings in and all your traditional languages and warnings, but what I really do enjoy about these 8-bit manuals is when you get to the back and you have this lovely little page on the do's and don'ts of your system. Look, don't upset your cartridge and make him cry for some reason or bend him. Don't put him in the sun, don't file him, don't set him on fire or make him poisoned, and above all, don't give him a drink. I love these old 80s manuals. But yeah, Galaxy Force is a relatively interesting looking game. I'm going to spend a bit of time with this one, if not just to check out how they pulled off these illusions on a Master System. Very interesting. Once your eyes can see what they're trying to show you, it does look okay, but unless you can focus on that, it looks an absolute mess. So I can see this game giving me a little bit of a headache. Next up we have a gem of a Super Nintendo game in my honest opinion. We have Metal Marines, a real-time strategy game for the system, developed by Namco and published by Mindscape in Europe in the 90s. This game features 20 missions that are really difficult because me and a friend did play this a lot. We never did see the game all the way through to completion. The premise of this game is incredibly simple. You just place 3 bases, build resources to defend yourself and both attack the enemy, and you both take it in turns to send missiles and troops into each other's bases to try and capture them. First one to capture all 3 bases wins. It's a very, very simple idea, but as you get later into the game, it can get incredibly difficult. As I said, I never saw this to the end, but what a fantastic little real-time strategy game this is for the Super Nintendo. Now we're on to the only Sega Saturn pickup that I've had recently. We have Sexy Parodius. This is a game I've had my eyes on for a long time. I played Parodius on the Super Nintendo, I played the PAL version of Parodius on the Sega Saturn, and I did enjoy it. This game just looks like an over-the-top version of what we had before. It's got a sexy looking case, it's got a very sexy looking disc. The game is just sexy in general. Let's hope when we flick through the manual, it's just as sexy. So it's a nice little shoot-'em-up. Just shoot the enemies, get to the end. We all know how to play a shoot-'em-up, but Parodius was just such a nice little clash of a lot of Konami's franchises, and this one does just poke humour all the way through. Our lovely perverted octopus friend who's trying to run a business, and that ties into the submissions for each level where you have to collect the coins or shoot certain enemies and stuff. It's a lot of fun to play. It's a very good Japanese import for the system. And get it while it's still relatively cheap, guys. I think I paid about £50 for this. I got lucky in a bid. It's a fantastic little shooter. Here's a bit of Sexy Parodius. I also did manage to pick up a manual for Super Probotector on a Super Nintendo. As you remember, last time I managed to find the box for this game when I was at the Doncaster Dome having a hunt around. I paid about £12 for that, and about, including shipping, about £6 for the manual. So for £18 I've boxed up a cartridge, which isn't really that expensive. Well happy with this. I've now got a complete Super Probotector for the SNES. The box isn't in best condition, but I'm really chuffed to have this all together all the same. What a fantastic game this was for the Super Nintendo. So next I thought I'd spend a little time with our friend the Nintendo 3DS, as the shops are closing soon and everybody knows this. You can still pick up physical games cheap. So I'm going to start off with Warioware Gold. It's a collection of all the other Warioware mini-games from previous games in the series. Lovely little one there. Next up we have Sushi Strikers. Got no idea what this one was, but for £3 and it's sealed, let's add that in. Next we have Rodera the Sky Soldier. I missed this on the Wii, I missed this on the Wii U, I'm not going to miss out on it in the 3DS. Still get this for about £12. We have Puzzle Dragon Z and Puzzle Dragons, 2 games in one, nice little puzzler, and I swear another one you can get for as little as £4 guys. Next, Picross 3D, 3D version of a game that Mrs. Nos Gamer plays loads of on the Switch, so I thought I'd treat her to Picross 2 for £4. I did pay full retail for this, but I need to get this before you can't. Get these games before you can't. Semis returns. That game's only going to go up in value. Mario Party Star Rush, another one, about £6 on Amazon at the minute. Again, definitely worth picking these up while they're this cheap. Codename Steam, got no idea what this one is. Looks a bit like a third-person shooter. Again, £4 on Amazon guys. Start buying these while you can get them. I did get this one damaged. It cost me £4. Mario and Sonic at the 2012 Olympic Games. The cartridge didn't work when I put it in my 3DS. It's a pretty disgustingly messy one, and on the underside it was caked in all manner of muck and dirt. It was just almost fused to the back of the cartridge here, so I got a load of IPA on that, rubbed it round. Lo and behold, game works a charm. So not bad for £4. The obligatory Pokemon games that we all know will shoot up in value. I managed to get Moon for £10, and I'm sure I got Sun for £13. The others are a little more, but we're going to get to those. Again guys, just keep picking games up for the 3DS because these are going to be expensive soon and you won't see them for the prices they currently are. That is if you do like your handhelds. So that's it for another Pickups Blast. I've got a lovely stack of games to be getting on with. Unfortunately I couldn't put any gameplay up with the 3DS titles. I've got no way of capturing them other than filming the screen, and we know how bad that looks. So there's plenty of games to be getting on with here. I want to do a Knox Plays on Quantum Fighter because I'm really enjoying playing that game again. I just cannot seem to get that last boss out of my way without save states. I do want to do a playthrough of Sected Parodius too, but again these shooters can be cruel, so a lot to learn along the way. Galaxy Force is a nice interesting game. The Switch titles, as usual, you can get these for about £20 each on Amazon at the moment, or a little less. But my focus from now on is going to be that Nintendo 3DS, as these games are going to steadily increase in price as they become less available now that the system's eShop is being shut down. I've been Knox Gamer, this has been Pickups Blast number 5. I'm going to go away and have lots of fun on these games now. Take care guys, thanks for making it this far into the video. Please like, subscribe, share, etc. because why not? Take care. I love you all. Thanks for watching. See you next time.